Aloha! This is Lesson 8 from A Course in Miracles with Hope Johnson. My mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. This idea is, of course, the reason why you see only the past. No one really sees anything. He sees only his thoughts projected outward. The mind's preoccupation with the past is the cause of the misconception about time, from which your seeing suffers. Your mind cannot grasp the present, which is the only time there is. It therefore cannot understand time, and cannot, in fact, understand anything. The one wholly true thought one can hold about the past is that it is not here. To think about it at all is therefore to think about illusions. Very few have realized what is actually entailed in picturing the past or in anticipating the future. The mind is actually blank when it does this, because it is not really thinking about anything. The purpose of the exercises for today is to begin to train your mind to recognize when it is not really thinking at all. While thoughtless ideas preoccupy your mind, the truth is blocked. Recognizing that your mind has been merely blank, rather than believing that it is filled with real ideas, is the first step to opening the way to vision. The exercises for today should be done with eyes closed. This is because you actually cannot see anything, and it is easier to recognize that no matter how vividly you may picture a thought, you are not seeing anything. With as little investment as possible, search your mind for the usual minute or so, merely noting the thoughts you find there. Name each one by the central figure or theme it contains, and pass on to the next. Introduce the practice period by saying, I seem to be thinking about blank. Then name each of your thoughts specifically. For example, I seem to be thinking about name of a person, about name of an object, about name of an emotion, and so on. Concluding at the end of the mind-searching period with, but my mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. This can be done 4 or 5 times during the day unless you find it irritates you. If you find it trying, 3 or 4 times is sufficient. You might find it helpful, however, to include your irritation or any emotion that the idea today may introduce in the mind searching itself. This is so beautiful. In the mind searching itself.
Automatic AI.
Automatic AI. You're returning the real purpose of the mind. It's like you're giving yourself back to yourself. Right? You're seeing
turning the automatic machine off.
That automatic machine, right? It gets turned off because you're seeing that these thoughts don't really mean anything, right? It's all past. So anticipation. I just notice my mind whenever I'm doing anything. I just notice what my mind is doing, whether it's going to the past, anticipating the future, and then I'm aware that those thoughts don't mean anything.
I always use the word fantasy to decipher what's real and what isn't. I go, that's fantasy, that's fantasy, that's fantasy. And there's mostly just fantasy.
Yeah, fantasy thoughts cause you pain. So when you see what they're doing, and you can just look into your body sense as well and look at the reaction that the thought is making in the body sense. And know that reaction is unworthy of you. So you don't need, I mean, even a good thought anticipating something in the future, what I noticed many years ago was a contraction in the body sense. It's only the thoughts of God that allow release.
Thoughtless ideas preoccupy your mind. The truth is blocked.
When thoughtless ideas preoccupy your mind, the truth is blocked. That's why symbolically there's a contraction in the body sense. It's like a mirror. It's showing you that you're blocking the truth. That may not be readily available to you to notice the contractions in the body sense. That's why there's these practices mentally.
So the truth that we're looking for is
Our true thoughts. So
Well-
what the Holy Spirit has for us is our true thoughts. So we can that's that still small voice that we can hear any time when we're willing to be released from past thoughts.
that we're all brothers.
We're all brothers. It's just it's not about the world. It's thoughts that transcend the world. They're still illusory thoughts because they're made for the mind that thinks it's in a world. But they speak to the truth that's before time was ever made. Like, you don't need a thought that says you're not capable of judging, for instance, in reality, in heaven, because you just don't need that thought. It doesn't occur to you. You're right. So these thoughts, they're illusory thoughts, but they neutralize worldly thoughts. And when the mind is purified of these meaningless thoughts about the world, then the world has no purpose for the mind, and the world disappears. You just see reality. What we think we're seeing, we're not seeing, because the apparatus that we set up for seeing is itself an illusion. And all it's doing is following our mental commands. It has no desires of its own. It's just like mindlessly. It doesn't hate, it doesn't love. It's just, it's not innocent, it's not guilty. It's just playing out the plan as we set it forth in the mind. So everything that we perceive becomes the same exact thing. It's the past. Everything in the perception becomes the past. That in that mental space, you can hear from the Holy Spirit, which is giving you basically your real thoughts as they can project in a dream.
So it's not perception per se, it's creation.
That's how we create in a dream. We listen to that still small voice and we allow it to be expressed through us. Listening to it is allowing it to be expressed to you. That's just it. If you will listen to it, it'll come through. But while you're preoccupied with your past thoughts, you don't hear it at all. And the majority of people are only preoccupied with past thoughts a majority of the time. Everyone's had instances of insight, but you could spend days or years or months and just in past thoughts.
There's just too much noise.
Right. So even memories, a memory is obviously a past thought. So what I notice is I just don't feed the memories. Like when a memory pops up, it's like, oh, that's a memory. If anyone's involved in that, I noticed when I just tune into the love or brotherly love that I have with whatever person that is, love just extends, even if it happened to be an upset thought. Love just extends. It's like, thank you. There's a thank you in there. And then the thought doesn't need to be hashed out again. And what I notice is when I'm speaking, a lot of the times, a memory will flash in my mind to be used for awakening. And that's the real purpose of anything, everything that we perceive. It's all the past, but it's useful to the Holy Spirit.
Our creation is our love for each other.
Yes, that's our creation. That's it. Because that's the only thing we can share is love, and we can't share love while we're
Consumed with past
consumed with
thoughts.
past thoughts. Exactly. See, so see how it brings you to an experience of the present moment, but never is your perception in the present moment. It's always the past. But you can experience the present moment through
Love.
receiving. You can't share what you haven't received, so that's why you accept the atonement for yourself. As you learn later on, you would accept the atonement for yourself, and that's your innocence, your perfection, your perfect calmness, your perfect peace. You claim that, and you don't believe in the illusion that seems to be spinning out, or worried or stressed. You don't believe in that image. When you don't believe in that image, you don't become it. Even having a perception that that's arising in you, it's just allowed to fall away because you don't become identified with it. It's just past playing out. Let the past play out with awareness, and everything that holds up the past gets undone through that.
Be a creator.
Yay. Ahui ho!